I learned almost all of my advanced F2L tricks from tutorial videos and example solves. Not that these kinds of videos are bad, in fact I have many of these myself, but I don't think the best way to learn an F2L algorithm is seeing it by chance in an example solve. Do these two, and I also orient this edge like this. I made quite a few videos on advanced F2L cases, but today what I have for you, my friends, is much better. Yes, in this video I will also be showing you some of the most common and useful F2L algorithms, but I will save that for the end of the video. In the description of the video is a link. Click on it and it will take you to a PDF of F2L algorithms. Now you might ask, how is this different from other F2L resources? Well, this PDF contains the best algorithms for all 77 important F2L cases and more. Wait, 77? I thought there were 41 F2L cases. Technically, both of these numbers are wrong. There are actually 167 different F2L cases. Well, first let's see where the magic number 41 comes from. If we're on the last slot, then we can split the cases into two groups, corner on top and corner in the slot. For corner on top, the edge can be in any of 5 places. For corner in the slot, the edge can be in 2 places. For each of these, there are 2 ways the edge can be flipped and 3 ways the corner can be twisted. So we multiply these together, subtract 1 for the solved case, and we have a total of 41. So there are only 41 F2L cases for last slot. But earlier in a solve, what's really common is to find one of the pieces stuck in an incorrect slot. This creates far more cases than just 41. If the corner is on top, there are 3 incorrect slots the edge can be in, and similarly, if the edge is on top, there are 3 incorrect slots the corner can be in. Just like before, there are 2 ways the edge can be flipped, and 3 ways the corner can be twisted. That's an extra 36 cases. Add to that the 41 basic cases, and we have a total of 77. I challenge you to find out why there are actually 167 cases. Here's a hint, both pieces can be in the wrong slot. So the number of important F2L cases to know is at least 77. For one of these more advanced cases where one of the pieces is in the wrong slot, we know that just taking the slotted piece out leaves us with one of the basic F2L cases, but the best solution is usually far better than that. I made separate videos to show many of these cases, but those are less organized and honestly they are quite long to sit through if you're looking for one specific case. Sure, my old videos were useful and covered a lot of cases, but I think this is a much better way to present the cases. While I'm confident that all of these are great, they may not be the best they can be yet. I'd be extremely grateful if any of you guys could help me make this resource even better. If you catch a mistake in the document, or if you think you have a better way to solve a certain case, or if you think I left out any important cases, please leave a comment with the algorithm, just that. And I put a lot of work into this, so I hope we can make this as good as it can be. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you shared this video or just the PDF with anyone who you think needs to work on their F2L. And the next part of this video will be some of the most important cases in that document because it is a really big algorithm set, so it doesn't make sense to try and learn all of them at once. I will be showing you some of the most important ones here to get you started. The first algorithm is an important one from section 1. There are 2 ways that I generally like to do it. So if I'm already facing this way, then what you can do is go over the edge like that, and that pairs them up, then just rotate and insert. And how I like to do it from this angle is like this. The next algorithm is one that is pretty common and also pretty bad, and especially from the back angle. So from the back angle, people typically will rotate to pair them up like this, which is fine, but then you have to rotate again to insert it. And then how I do this case from the back angle here is I put the corner like this and then do this. That pairs them up and then insert. So now we have a really common case that some people will do inefficiently. So the obvious way to pair them up is like this, and then you can just take them out with U2, but that's not the best way. And instead is to line up the edge with the color here and do this. Now we have the same thing, but the corner is twisted a different way. Now what a lot of people will do is pair them up like this, but again, that's not the best way. The best way is to do it like this. For this case, when we have the corner solved and we just need to insert the edge, a lot of people will do the same way as in the beginner method, which often requires 2 rotations. So what we can do instead for this case is put the edge at the back and do sledgehammer, then just insert like that. And there are actually tons of nice ways to pair this up. So from here, you could do it like this. And if the back slot is not already solved, then what you can do instead is this. And then there's also another way to solve it with keyhole, which I'm not going to go over here. You can just find out all of these inserts in the PDF. So now we have an edge in the wrong slot next to where it should go, and the white sticker here faces up. Now there are two angles for this, and they're both in the PDF. The PDF goes over tons of different angles. So if you're facing the slot, what you should do is this. Now if you have the slot at the back, then what you should do is put the corner over here and do this. Sledgehammer to set them up, and then insert like that. All right, now we have the same flipped edge case, but the corner faces a different way. And for this one, what I normally do on big cubes and what I used to do on 3x3 is like this, take out the edge like that, and then just insert this. So that way it would be totally fine if it weren't for this really nice way to insert it, which is like this. And then now when we have the same edge case, but the corner here is solved, then we can do something really similar, but on the right side instead. And that goes like this. Just a flipped edge is a really bad case for last slot because it takes a lot of moves. But if you manage to notice this before you get to last slot, you have any other slot unsolved, you should take advantage of this time to flip this edge. So how you can quickly deal with this case whenever you have another unsolved slot is to bring the corner of that slot underneath this edge. So here would be D, but you could use any other slot. So here you do the flipping algorithm for edge pairing for big cubes, which goes like this. And that flips this edge, and then we can just realign the D layer. If we have the corner white sticker facing up, and this one is in the opposite slot of where it should go. Also, these colors don't match, but another way you can tell is that these colors are opposites. Then what you can do is put the corner on top of the slot it should go and do this. And the same thing also works with your right hand. So just put this in your right hand and do this. All right, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time.